Assalamu alaikum jami'an. Hello everyone. Thank you for joining us. Hello, hello. Assalamu alaikum jami'an. معاكم لجين نصيف, Program Director at Flat 6 Labs, and it is my greatest pleasure to welcome you all to the 6th cycle and 6th demo day of the Riyadh Seed Program. تحية للجميع. All right, so before we start, I'd like to introduce our CEO, Ustad Yahya. Please join us on the stage.
Thank you very much, Lujane. Love your energy. مساء الخير. مساء الخير. Thank you all for being here today. I want to start, of course, by thanking our partners, without whom none of this would have been possible. SVC, JADA, RVC, for their commitment to the fund, and many others, but also to NTDP for supporting our program. Thank you. Globally, Flat 6 Labs has supported thousands of founders across multiple continents, helping early-stage companies move from concept to market, from local relevance to regional and global scale. What we've learned across all these markets is quite simple. Ecosystems mature when founders mature, and founders mature when capital, execution, and market access come together. This is why we're here today. When Flat 6 Labs started working in Saudi Arabia back in 2014, the ecosystem looked very different. There was ambition and talent, but there was still a gap between ideas and execution, and between aspiration and truly scalable companies. Fast forward to today, and the transformation that we are seeing is very clear. Being active in the kingdom for the past decade has really given Flat 6 Labs a front seat to this journey. What we see today is not just progress, it's momentum. Saudi founders are no longer catching up to global standards. In many cases, they're beginning to set them. Through the Riyadh Seed Program, we've accelerated more than 60 startups, supported over 130 founders, and contributed to the creation of hundreds of jobs throughout the kingdom. But numbers alone, of course, never tell the real story. The real story is the difference between what we saw in our first cohort and what we see today in cohort number 6. In cohort 1, 3 years ago, when founders came in with strong ideas, but early prototypes. Today, founders are coming to us with validated products, clearer go-to-market strategies, deeper regulatory understanding, and a much more sophisticated view of capital, governance, and what they need to scale. The conversations have quite simply shifted from, can this work, to how fast can this grow? None of this happened overnight. Behind every cohort, every founder milestone, and every data point is a team that has worked really hard for the past 4 years. Day after day, cohort after cohort, often behind the scenes, refining the model, fixing what didn't work, raising the bar, and holding the founders accountable to higher standards each and every single time. For the past 4 years, Lujane, as our program director, has been at the center of this journey. And she's carried the weight of the execution and supported closely by her colleagues, Abrar and Rana. This kind of work is not visible on stage, but it's where the real progress is made. Overseeing this effort, Iyad's leadership provided direction, trust, and consistency that allowed the program to mature and scale without losing much of its rhythm. And beyond Saudi, this work was also supported by a wider global team, Sharif, Atiya, Maham, and countless others who brought perspective, discipline, and hard-earned experience from across markets. Please, I would like to ask you to join me in thanking the team for a wonderful job they've done in the last 3 years. We're lucky to have so many of you join us this evening. As you listen to the pitches today, I would invite you to do more than just evaluate slides and metrics. I would love for you to engage with the founders, challenge their assumptions, and open doors for them. Think beyond this coming investment round. See how you can work on a pilot with them from whether you're a government entity or your private corporation. I'm sure there's something that can be done together. And provide them with real market access. And think about how you can help these companies scale faster and smarter. The next chapter of Saudi's startup story will not be written by programs and funds alone. It will be written by what happens after today, the follow-up conversations, the first pilots, the first big checks, and the first real commitments. These founders are not here to ask for validation. They're here to build companies, and they need a community that's willing to meet them at that level. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Yahya, for those kind words. Now, before we introduce our founders, I'd like to give you a quick introduction to Flat 6 Labs وأعطيكم معلومات كده تعرفكم أكثر على إحنا إيش بنسوي السنوات اللي فاتت, what impact we've had, and what progress we've done so far, and how could we possibly work together in the future, inshallah. So Flat 6 Labs is the leading entrepreneurship platform in emerging markets. We empower our founders to build, launch, and scale their entrepreneurship endeavors and startups through different programs and special services that we offer and ecosystem development efforts that we have. We started back in 2011 in Cairo, and since then we've empowered more than 8,000 startups in Africa, the Levant area, as well as the GCC region. We work with private entities, corporations, government, as well as nonprofit organizations to empower our startups. Now, our programs run across the spectrum of the entrepreneurship life cycle, starting from startups in the idea stage all the way up to Series A and above as well. So we're very, very excited and lucky to be supporting these startups. We offer our own flagship seed programs, such as the Riyadh Seed Program here in Saudi Arabia. We also offer corporate programs to support different organizations and their employees. And we also offer ecosystem programs. That means that we run our own and our clients' hackathons, boot camps, as well as customized incubators and accelerator programs. Now, over the years, as I mentioned, we've supported around or over 8,000 founders who in turn have created more than 90,000 jobs across the world. Our global footprint has spanned over 16 different countries around the world in the past couple of years. And in terms of Saudi Arabia, as Yahya mentioned, we started back in 2014. However, we launched the Riyadh Seed Program 3 years ago. And in these 3 years, we have empowered 60 Saudi startups, and we've offered 6 cycles of this program. Within these 6 cycles, we've engaged with more than 400 investors. We've offered close to 200 workshops to our startups and more than 400 one-on-one coaching sessions and mentorship sessions. This resulted in close to 700 hours of program activities. Of course, it includes as well as the amazing events that all of you have attended with us over the past couple of years. Now, we're proud to announce that our startups have raised a total of $50 million in total funds and have achieved more than $350 million of total market cap. As you can see from the graph behind me, our startups have shown consistent growth in the past 3 years, alhamdulillah, where their total annualized sales have exceeded $18 million as of Q3 2025, and they've created more than 400 jobs here in Saudi Arabia alone. Now, before we introduce صفقة للfounders حقونا وجهودهم يعطيهم العافية. Now, before we introduce these founders on the stage, we'd like to ask everyone to please take out your phones and scan the QR code. أنا حأوقف هنا عشان ما أغطي لكم الشاشة. So please scan the QR code. This will give you access to our investor brief, where you can learn more about the current cycle startups and how to contact the founders. Thank you everyone once again for joining us today. يعطيكم ألف عافية وكل سنة وأنتم طيبين. أنا أول وحدة لخبطت وجيت من الناحية الثانية، سوري.
السلام عليكم. أنا جاسم الهارون، المؤسس والرئيس التنفيذي لمنصة في. خلوني أبدأ معاكم بقصة فهد ونوف، زوجين شغوفين بالطبخ، حبوا يحولون شغفهم هذا المشروع، فأسسوا مشروع لبيع الحلويات من البيت. خلال 8 شهور بس قدروا يحققون مبيعات تتجاوز 600,000 ريال. ولكن فجأة الحلم هذا تحول لكابوس بسبب عدم معرفتهم قوانين الضريبة. حصلوا نفسهم أمام غرامة 120,000 ريال. وبالمناسبة المبلغ هذا هو ضعف أرباحهم. في السعودية اليوم في أكثر من 4 مليون سجل تجاري وثيقة عمل حر. فهد ونوف مو حالة نادرة، هم واحد من 95% من هذه السجلات. وعشان نفهم المشكلة نحتاج نعرف كيف يتم إدارة الضرائب اليوم. صاحب المشروع يحتاج يتعامل مع أنظمة كثيرة، فيجمع منها بياناته يعالجها بنفسه، وإذا كان عنده قدرة مالية فيوظف محاسب لإدخالها في نظام محاسبي، وبعدها تطلع التقارير الضريبية. طيب إيش مشكلة النموذج هذا؟ النموذج هذا في البداية يعرض صاحب المشروع لأنظمة معقدة ويكلفه وقت وفلوس في توظيف المحاسب. والأهم من هذا كله أن أصلا المعلومات كلها راح تكون موزعة بين أنظمة كثيرة، صعب الرجوع لها أصلا. والأهم من هذا كله زي ما شفنا مع قصة فهد ونوف، غلطة بسيطة ممكن تنهي حياة المشروع، وهذا في أفضل الحالات. طيب كيف نحل المشكلة هذه؟ بنينا نظام في هو مو نظام محاسبي وليس نظام لإدارة المحاسبين، احنا نظام لأتمتة إدارة المحاسبة والامتثال الضريبي. ببساطة احنا نلغي الاحتياج للمعالجة اليدوية للعمليات ونستبدلها بربط مباشر مع مصادر المعلومات، نعالجها عندنا معتمدين على أنظمة وقوانين الضريبة والقوانين المالية في السعودية عشان ننتج تقارير ضريبية مطابقة للاحتياجات. وهذه التقارير ممكن تحفظ عندنا وممكن ترسل إلى النظام المحاسبي حسب احتياج صاحب المشروع. طبعا المشاريع الصغيرة احنا نبسط ونأتمت الضريبة، والمشاريع الكبيرة نوفر لهم واجهات متقدمة تساعدهم في إدارة عملياتهم المعقدة. طبعا سوق الامتثال في الضريبة، سوق الامتثال الضريبي في السعودية حجمه كبير جدا، يقارب 3 مليار دولار. الجزء الأكبر منه لا يمكن حله بالحلول التقليدية الموجودة في السوق باليوم، ولهذا السبب هي المنطقة اللي احنا نركز عليها في وحجمها 1.7 مليار دولار. طبعا في السوق اليوم احنا ما ننافس الحلول التقليدية ولكن نمكنهم، ونموذج عملنا يشابه نماذج عمل كثيرة موزعة حول العالم، ولكن ما في أحد منهم مستهدف منطقة الشرق الأوسط، وهي المنطقة اللي احنا نركز عليها انطلاقا من السوق السعودي. الفترة الماضية كان تركيزنا على بناء النظام ونتأكد من موثوقيته وصحته. حصلنا على الاعتماد من هيئة الزكاة والضريبة، خدمنا أكثر من 20 منصة ونظام محاسبي و3000 عميل، وعملائنا استخدموا نظامنا لمعالجة أكثر من 9 مليون عملية بقيمة تتجاوز مليار دولار، وأصدروا أكثر من 850 إقرار ضريبي. الفترة القادمة راح يكون تركيزنا على التطبيق، الربط أو تفعيل المصرفية المفتوحة ورفع الإقرارات بشكل إلكتروني. ومن خلال تحقيق هذه المستهدفات نؤمن أن احنا راح نقدر نوصل إلى 8000 عميل بنهاية السنة، وإيرادات تتجاوز 1.3 مليون دولار. ولتحقيق هذه الأهداف فتحنا جولة استثمارية بقيمة 1.5 مليون دولار، غطينا منها تقريبا 20%. طبعا يقف خلف الفريق هذا، خلف المشروع، فريق يجمع بين الخبرة المالية والتقنية من القطاع الحكومي والخاص. وبصراحة احنا نؤمن في في ان احنا مو شركة تقنية بس، احنا نظام حماية لاصحاب المشاريع الصغيرة. في عالمنا في فهد ونوف راح يكون تركيزهم على صناعة الحلويات وبيعها، بدل ما يكونون يركزون على متابعة القوانين الجديدة في الضريبة والخوف من الغرامات والمخالفات. ولذلك ندعوكم للانضمام معنا في بناء مستقبل الامتثال الضريبي في السعودية. شكرا.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Mish'al bin Sluma. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Vertex, which is an embedded finance company that enables non-fintech and non-regulated entities to embed fintech solution into their own apps, platforms, without the need for them to get the needed license or build their core banking system. Within a market that have a lot of challenges, starting from obtaining a license that might take from 1 year to 2 years, building a core banking infrastructure, the ongoing financial operation, and implementing security measurements that is only needed for such industries. But none of that is needed with Vertex. With a simple plug-and-play integration, while compliance and regulation is fully handled by us, therefore companies can issue their financial products to their customers and open new revenue streams. All of that is possible with our infrastructure, which consists of 3 main pillars or layers, starting from the onboarding, which is the KYC and KYB, our core layer, which is the card issuance through Visa, Apple Pay, payouts, payroll, international transfer, and local transfer. And lastly, our compliance, which covers the AML, anti-fraud, cybersecurity, and other regulation reporting. At the beginning, we'll be focusing in certain segments that is not enabled, such as ride-hailing, delivery apps, payroll, expense management systems, and also other non-enabled industries. Unlike other regulated entities and fintechs, we specialize with our standout embedded solution through APIs and SDKs. Our revenue streams come from 3 main pillars: a one-time setup fees, a monthly recurring subscription as our primary revenue stream, and a shared revenue model with our clients for card interchange and transfer and transaction processing. So far, we have completed our application with SAMA in September. Last month, we have released our core, and by next month, we're going live with pilot clients and expecting to release and launch by July. Our ask is 2.5 million. We already have covered 45% of the round, and we're expecting to close it by March. Currently, we're a team of 11 people, led by my co-founder, Umar, and myself. Both of us work together on Twig, which is a company that got acquired. I also come from SAMA, and Umar, my co-founder, was behind FoodXPay and MissPay. Join us in building the first embedded finance company in Saudi Arabia. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Sebastian and I'm the CEO and co-founder at Buka Hospi, the global gateway for healthcare talent. Each 12 minutes, someone is dying in Saudi Arabia. It's not because the lack of hospitals or infrastructure, it's because the lack of licensed healthcare workers many times. In fact, last year, $800 million were spent sending patients abroad to get surgeries. Saudi will need more than 175,000 new healthcare workers in the next 5 years. But this is global. In Europe, it's still worse. The missing will be 10 million. But let's take a look deeper on the problem. Talent exists, but the mobility is too slow. It takes around 24 months to relocate and relicense a healthcare professional, and that's too much. That's why we have created Buka Hospi, an all-in-one platform designed to solve this problem faster and simpler. We do it through AI-assisted credential validation, visa and licensing management, and a healthcare job marketplace. But let's see how it works. It's pretty easy. Professionals will enter on the platform and will choose which country they want to go, Saudi, Spain, UK, or France. Then, they will need to upload few documents. Only once. After this, our AI will validate their documents and will submit them to the regulatory authorities. Once they are licensed, they will have access to more than 1,000 active job offers inside our platform. And here is the key point. Once the professional is licensed, they are the perfect fit for hospitals and clinics. And for them, hospitals and clinics, we allow them to reduce the hiring time by 80%, access to more than 50,000 pre-validated healthcare professionals, and improve the coverage in those hard-to-staff regions. We also partnership with universities and offer them the possibility to have an international degree recognition system and to the students have an international path to employment. In Spain, we are well known for our success cases as Coria hospitals, where we help them to save more than 20 million euros. And in Saudi, we can with the trust of valuable customers as Sulaiman Al Habib hospitals, and in the last 2 years, our market penetration was proved. Our business model is based on commission fees, pay-as-you-go for professionals, and subscriptions for hospitals, universities, and agencies. Our revenues grew more than 6 times in the last 2 years, and even more our users. We count with the trust of more than 70,000 healthcare workers right now. Of course, there is competition, but we are the first platform that validate healthcare degrees around different countries at the same time with API connections. And this multi-country engine, it's our moat. That's why we are raising 500,000 and we have secured 300,000 to improve our platform, to do this same process in different countries and automate it, and to reach our growth expectations. And the best thing, we have an amazing team to do that, going from healthcare to AI. And today we are doing healthcare, but tomorrow this same platform can empower all those regulated professions that the world need the most, because we are not just a platform. We are the future of cross-border mobility. Thank you very much.
Hello, everybody. My name is Fahad Durukan, CEO and co-founder of Cortex. And we at Cortex unlock Arabic archives with sovereign AI. Now, billions and billions of riyals have been spent on digitization efforts. We've seen it across the nation. However, a lot of these PDFs, they still remain dead. And what I mean by dead is no Control F functions, you can't search these documents, and no one is able to understand some of these documents and ask questions. And it actually takes one person a whole day just to get through 10 to 25 pages of handwritten Arabic documents. And this is a very manual process. And we're here to change that. And how we do it is we've built an AI that takes handwritten Arabic documents and turns it into structured, searchable intelligence that's fully deployed locally. The process is very simple, 3 steps. You upload your document. Our AI reads everything and digitizes all the words. You can then select a template with your logo and the specific data points that you want to extract from this handwritten document. And then finally, it gets shipped off into our smart database. Think your GPT, your Perplexity, and you can now start asking questions to these handwritten documents and get the answers. Do you want the documents from the southwestern provinces of Riyadh? 1 click away. And this whole process makes everything 3 times more efficient in just the first 3 months. On the B2G end, we're launching pilots with both Darat Abdelaziz and KFU PM in the first quarter. And on the B2B end, we're talking to some of these AI and software companies to bring our B2B solution forward. Now, the market is huge. In Saudi Arabia specifically, it's about $500 million, and we're targeting about 5 to 10 million of that yearly. Now, obviously, our main focus has been the government and the archives due to the mandates and the KPIs that the government needs to hit. But we're also, with our B2B product, focusing on some of these other addressable sectors. Obviously, we do have global competition, and we also have some regional competition, but we've set ourselves aside from everyone. We are the only ones who deployed the solution fully on the client servers. We are also the only one that has a full turnkey solution as well. And the main thing that sets us aside is our accuracy. Now, on both the open data sets that are Khat and Muharraf, which is the benchmarking for handwritten Arabic, we've outperformed consistently all of the competition. Now, our pricing model is also very simple. It's two-step pricing, one per page, and then to use our platform is a monthly subscription. Now, we're launching our B2G, we've already launched our B2G product. We're finalizing it in Q1, and on the B2B end, it'll be available at the end of Q2. Then after that, we're going to be expanding into the GCC region to neighboring countries, and finally expanding into some of those close scripture languages such as Ottoman, Farsi, and others. Now, the team is led by myself, Fahad Durukan, and my co-founder, Fahad Al-Saud as well, and we have been assisted by our three-man tech team, which are the brains behind all the algorithms. Now, we are raising 500K for our pre-seed round. We've already secured 50% of that, and it will be going towards product, go-to-market, and operations. Thank you very much. خلنا نقرأ الماضي لنبني المستقبل.
السلام عليكم. معكم طارق المؤسس والرئيس التنفيذي لسندك. المنشآت الصغيرة والمتوسطة تواجه تحديات محاسبية على مستويين، مستوى إداري ومستوى تقني. على المستوى الإداري توظيف محاسب يتطلب وقت وجهد كبيرين. توظيف المحاسب يتطلب قرابة شهر، بالإضافة إلى تكاليف والتزامات مالية سنوية تبدأ من 100,000 ريال. على المستوى التقني لا يوجد حل تقني وربط فعلي بين قنوات البيع والأنظمة المحاسبية ومزودي الخدمات. عشان كده أطلقنا سندك. سندك منصة سحابية للمحاسبة تعتمد على الذكاء الاصطناعي وتقنيات الOCR والربط التقني المباشر. سندك تقرأ وتؤرشف الفواتير تلقائياً بدون أي تدخل بشري، وتربط بين الأنظمة المحاسبية ومزودي الخدمات وقنوات البيع. أي فاتورة ورقية أو إلكترونية تتحول مباشرة إلى بيانات مالية جاهزة وبدون أي تدخل بشري. نموذج عملنا قائم على اشتراكات شهرية تبدأ من 499 ريال، كما نعمل على إضافة مصادر دخل أخرى من خلال الاشتراكات. خلال 4 أشهر من الإطلاق وبدون أي تسويق مدفوع خدمنا أكثر من 10 عملاء، عالجنا أكثر من 50,000 عملية، كما لدينا شراكتين استراتيجيات مع منصات لتسويق منتجاتنا عبر منصاتهم إلى آلاف العملاء. حجم سوق خدمات المحاسبية للمنشآت الصغيرة والمتوسطة في المملكة العربية السعودية يتجاوز 7 مليار دولار سنوياً. نستهدف جميع قطاعات السوق ونركز حالياً على المتاجر الإلكترونية لسهولة وسرعة التفعيل مع إمكانية التوسع لبقية القطاعات. ما يميز سندك أننا وفرنا حل تقني بالذكاء الاصطناعي للمحاسبة، مما وفر على عملائنا حتى 70% من الوقت والتكلفة مقارنة بالحلول التقليدية في السوق. خطتنا للفترة القادمة هي التوسع في الربط التقني لتشمل شريحة أكبر من العملاء المستهدفين. الفريق المؤسس يمتلك خبرة كبيرة في شركات تقنية رائدة في السوق السعودي مع فهم عميق للسوق المحلي. نبحث عن استثمار بقيمة 800,000 دولار جمعنا منها حتى الآن 25%. هذا الاستثمار بالإضافة إلى الإيرادات المتكررة سيساهم في تسريع النمو والوصول إلى دخل سنوي $1,000,000. طموحنا في سندك أن نكون المزود الأكبر لخدمات المحاسبة الذكية في المملكة العربية السعودية. شكراً.
Assalamu alaikum, hayakum Allah. My name is Fakhruddin Mrabat. I am the CTO of Digital Petroleum. It's my pleasure to present to you today how Digital Petroleum is simplifying digitalization in multiple sectors. Digitalization, there is a big need of it. It's a requirement, especially in Industry 4.0. AI is everywhere, but still complex due to the need of multiple sensors and softwares. This heavy hardware infrastructure, it's costing more than $1 billion every year in our region, in addition to the cost of computing and skilled talent, and many sectors are facing this challenge every year. In Digital Petroleum, we are shifting all of this complexity from hardware-based to a software-based. Digitalization is more easier today with our AI single sensor technology. From a single sensor, we can digitize the full plant. In addition to that, our software will convert this electrical signal to a real use case. From the electrical signal, we understand everything is happening on that plant with no need to any extra sensor in this plant. And this is how we are making a difference. Today, in a single day, we can make a difference between us and our competitor who are big names worldwide. But with our technology, we can solve multiple issues with a single sensor, allowing our customer to reduce digitalization costs by 90%. In addition to other benefits, saving energy and industrial insurance. We are introducing with the QIC, Qatar Insurance Company, a new concept for industry insurance. That's one package part of our business model, in addition to other package, digitalization and sustainability. Our client will not pay for hardware and infrastructure anymore. He's paying only for software subscription based on the number of machines he has. It is very simple concept, allowing us to penetrate this $10 trillion market because multiple sectors are in need of this, and our technology applies across all of that. Today, we are generating revenue from 20 plants in Saudi Arabia, working closely with the Ministry of Industry in different digitalization program, allowing us to reach more than $1 million revenue. With this momentum, we are going further in different market and different country as well, different sector, to be able to reach 1,000 clients, including mining sector as well, data centers. Our team, myself and my co-founder, Abu Ahmed, we've been together for more than 12 years, with 30 years combined experience, working for General Electric in Saudi Arabia and developing technology for Saudi Aramco, allowing Saudi Aramco to understand the oil and gas reserve from electrical signals. If you are investing in our team, and today we're looking for $1.5 million to continue developing the technology and penetrating other sector and other market. Many already trusted us and supported an R&D effort to have this patent technology. And we've been awarded multiple times by multiple committee, including NVIDIA this year in GTC in USA. Thank you for your attention. We are looking forward to share more details about our technology. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Mohammed Al-Baiti, co-founder and CEO of Nero. The current last mile delivery market is fundamentally broken, defined by a massive pain point, which is the margin crisis. The last mile is notoriously the most expensive step of the journey, accounting for more than 40% of the total supply chain costs. For many players, this overhead creates a zero margin reality where profitability is nearly impossible to achieve. Nero addresses this challenge with an autonomous electric outdoor delivery vehicle that redefines the last mile economics. By eliminating labor dependency, we can reduce the delivery cost to up to 81%. Designed in Saudi Arabia and powered by in-house software, our vehicle is capable of transporting 300 kilograms of payload over a 230-kilometer distance. We have a seamless delivery process. Once the system assigns a vehicle and the order is loaded, the vehicle then travels to the customer autonomously, and upon arrival, the customer receives a one-time code to unlock the compartment. Then our vehicle goes back to its original station. We have multiple revenue streams, including unit sales, monthly software subscriptions, and yearly maintenance fees. We are beyond the concept stage with a fully functional and validated model, and since we started, we secured more than 800,000 riyal in pre-orders, been officially accepted into the Transport Authority sandbox, and signed a letter of intent with a major delivery platform in Saudi. We are targeting the grocery delivery market in Saudi Arabia, valued at 300 million riyal in 2024, with an average of 12% of year-over-year growth. Unlike traditional delivery models, Nero outperforms across every significant metrics, delivering at lower cost, easier operation, and higher payload capacity. Our path forward is to fulfill the pre-orders in the first quarter of this year, and as we get our license and then operate on the streets with the delivery platform, our plan in the fourth quarter is to reduce our unit cost to increase our margins. We have closed our pre-seed round, and we're opening our seed round in the third quarter of this year, and we're open for conversations with interested investors. To solve a problem this big, we've assembled a world-class team that knows how to build and scale. Muhannad and I have co-founded 2 previous tech startups, taken a product from an idea stage to mass production, and also our engineering team have wide experiences in autonomous systems and robotics from top-tier labs. Also, we're proud to be backed and advised by Professor John Dolan, who's a legend in the field with more than 30 years of experience in autonomous systems, building it for big firms, including NASA. Thank you for your attention, and please join us at our booth to see a demo of our vehicle.
Hello, everyone. Last pitch of the day. I think it'll be something very exciting what I'm going to share with you guys. So I'm Amin, and we're building Rental. Rental stands for Real-Time Retail Intelligence. Now, KSA FMCG modern market is around $42 billion, majorly running between 20 to 30 large retailers. You know them all, Pandas, Utheims, and the Tamimis, and 500 plus big CPGs, FMCG companies, and distributors. Every day, millions of transactions happen between these 2 parties, and yet collaboration and data sharing between them is broken and inefficient. The data as of today is being shared in Excel sheet. We're living in 2026. Syndicated reports are there, but they're very expensive. They're more than $200,000. And most importantly, no real-time visibility. This results in huge losses for both the parties. For CPGs, by the time they know what's happening in the market, the products are nearing expiry and they're getting returned. For retailers, if the products don't reach the supermarket or hypermarket at a time, that means lost revenue and lost sales. Introducing Rintel. So Rintel partners up with leading retailers, transforming their raw sales, inventory, promotion data into real-time actionable dashboards. And for CPGs, we help them make better decisions through these platforms. We consolidate, visualize, and analyze this data. Now, what is the impact we are planning to create today and in future? For large retailers, we help them monetize their data. I'm talking about 2% net impact on their P&L, guys. These retailers do billions and billions of revenue. And we make data AI ready for future. And for the CPGs, we help them reduce 20% food wastage and expiry, 30% reduction in their data teams, and help them predict through AI. This is our proprietary product called Pulse. This is used by retailers' commercial team and CPG brands and sales team. Companies can know exactly what's selling, where it's selling, and how the velocity is. Interestingly, we also show them market share of the products, how they're performing within their category. This is a gold for any FMCG company. And our moat in future, we consolidate multiple retailers' data into one single platform. What's our business model? Very straightforward. We charge retailers one-time implementation fees. No matter what ERP they use, we set up the platform within weeks. For CPGs, we charge $8,000 to $15,000 of annual subscription, depending on the data volume. Retailers make more money, CPGs get real-time insight, and we make 70% gross margin. We've worked for months validating this idea, meeting multiple retailers and multiple FMCG companies, more than 100, to understand the real problem where it lies. We went live with Jazeera Hypermarket platform in October. Within 3 months, we closed $10,000 in ARR, and we have an immediate pipeline of $100,000 ARR in the coming few months. Why are we a rockstar team to make this happen? I'm Amin. I previously founded an FMCG B2B marketplace in Saudi. That's why I understand what are the real problems in this market. With me is Bhupendra. He was an early engineer in Postman and Excel data. These are large unicorns as of today. Our roadmap for the next 12 months is we want to onboard 7 to 10 retailers as data partners, acquire 30 to 50 CPG companies. And the beauty is the suppliers we work with today are the same suppliers supplying to these new data sources we will be signing. So our software distribution is straightforward. We are raising $750,000, out of which $350,000 is closed and deployed. We are backed by F6 Ventures and part of MISC Plug and Play. Lastly, I would like to say that we are not just a data platform company. We're building the data infrastructure of FMCG retail. Thank you, and let's make this happen, guys.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الله يعطيكم ألف عافية. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for taking time out of your evening to join us. This really means a lot. Every time I see people here with us in the demo day, it really brings a lot of joy to my heart. And it is somewhat a bittersweet moment that this is the last cycle of this current fund, and hopefully the last demo day for this fund, but not the last one that we do in the country, and of course, when Riyadh and hopefully other countries as well. Of course, I want to leave you, before we leave you and let you go today, I wanted to tell you a little bit about the fuel behind the machine, so to speak. So essentially, basically, a lot of this and a lot of the investments came through a typical LP fund vehicle that focuses on pre-seed and seed investments. Of course, that entity is managed by us as a team at F6 Ventures. We've had the fortune and the luck of managing 5 other similar entities that essentially back pre-seed and seed startups within Arabic-speaking MENA, and as of recently also the African continent. I'm quite fortunate to have a partnership of 6 other partners that also assist me in doing this, who I'm very grateful for having me on their team and part of their partnership, and look forward to doing many things going forward. As a collective, we do manage approximately $90 million worth of commitments. Of course, we've had the privilege of backing more than 340 startups regionally, in addition, of course, to the 60 plus that we've done here in Saudi. And alhamdulillah, the collective market value of the portfolio companies have exceeded $1.3 billion as of this latest quarter. Of course, none of this would have been possible without our institutional LPs, of which we have the fortune of having 27 limited partners across our fund vehicles. Of course, here's a quick graph showing how our funds are distributed across the region. Of course, we've started off in North Africa, specifically in Cairo, but then expanded across the GCC and the Levant region, and as of late, in sub-Saharan Africa. The Startup Seed Fund, the fund that is focused on Saudi, had a quite straightforward mandate to back 60 plus companies over a period of 3 years. Alhamdulillah, we've just concluded the investment period this past week, so we've reached 61 companies. And here's a quick rundown of the entire portfolio. Of course, you had seen 8 of them present today, but this is the full map and the industry basically spread of the KSA portfolio that we have today. To summarize that portfolio in numbers, we've invested approximately deployed $17 million over the past 3 years. We were fortunate enough to have a little over 35 million, close to 38 million, come in with us as either co-investors or follow-on investors into these companies, giving us a little over $50 million in funds raised across the portfolio. Luckily, the entire portfolio as a whole has been quite revenue generative, which again, we're very grateful for the founders and their efforts in getting to that point. So on a last 12-month basis, the entire portfolio has just exceeded the $30 million revenue benchmark, and of course, we look forward to hopefully more. Of course, as Lujain mentioned, that has also helped create more than 400 jobs within the kingdom and close to 1,200 jobs across the region, as of course, a lot of the teams are becoming more mobile and more regional as they, of course, look to expand beyond Saudi Arabia. None of this would have happened without the support of our key limited partnerships. Of course, at front and center are Saudi Venture Capital Company, Jeddah Fund of Funds, and Riyadh Valley Company. We're very thankful for their commitment and belief in the fund. Of course, that's on the fund and capital side, but again, none of this would have been possible, again, without the support of also the NTDP on the program side in collaboration with our colleagues at Flat 6 Labs running the program. On a more, of course, future-looking note, we hope that we are back into the market deploying, if not by this year, hopefully early in 2027. So I'm glad to officially announce that we're kicking off the second series fund, this time around with a bit of a broader mandate that covers the entire GCC, and hopefully with a little bit more cash to go towards the startups. And again, none of this would have been possible without the great performance that the startups has posted. On a more personal level, as someone who's been in the alternative assets industry for the past 15 years, these past 3 years have truly been the most rewarding and fulfilling part of my professional journey. And again, I thank you all for making that possible. And of course, specifically, again, the founders for all their hard work and taking on this insane risk that hopefully results in insane rewards sooner than later. Again, I'm very grateful for everyone's support. Thank you so much for making this possible. And I look forward to hopefully seeing you again at our next event once the new fund is up and running. Thank you again very much, and have a great evening. I think we're due for a picture now, group picture time. Hopefully, can we get the team and the startups on stage. And our limited partners, again, your partners. So we'd love to have you here on stage. So please join us.
Thank you, Yad. يعطيكم العافية. Let's please join us here on the stage, all of our portfolio companies and our LPs. Please تفضلوا معنا. And NTDP as well. تفضلوا معنا. مرة قريبة الكاميرا. آخر صورة. آخر صورة للفند هذه. نورونا. ها؟ تفضلوا. All right. Dina, Ramez.